Well, we have successfully messed up another panel. My resin gelled on me, and here is what I get. I get a nice dry spot. Does this mean that that's the end of it? Does this mean that this panel, this product is obsolete, needs to be thrown away? Probably not. Let's look at what we can do to repair it. First, I let it gel completely, come down off the exotherm, check that it's cool. Once that is the case, before I release the vacuum, I look for an area on the vacuum bag where I have no wrinkles. This would be very bad. Why? This would be a very bad area to put tape down. And let me illustrate that. Anytime I would put tape down over this, it would be very hard to seal it completely. So this is definitely not the area where I want to work, but I have a nice clean area right here. If that's not the case, what you can do is you can let the vacuum off, release the pressure, and readjust the bag. You do not want to adjust too much of the bag for the simple reason that in places where the resin is hardened, I have very sharp cutting ridges anywhere. So the least I disturb the bag, the better it is. Once I've identified an area sufficiently to make an insertion, I start taping this area off in our usual fashion. And I do an area that is about 6 by 6, 6 by 8 inches, something around there. And again, make sure that my tape is down nicely and that all corners of the tape fit very well. The second thing I do is I get a piece of vacuum bagging material ready that is sufficient to cover this area. And again, with my 20% oversize, preferably. But since this is in a flat section and I do not intend to create any geometry in here, I'm fine with this the way it is. Second thing I do is I temporarily clamp off the vacuum so I don't let my pump run wild. And now I will do the incision. I basically poke a hole in the bag, which will instantly release the pressure. And I take up the bag. There we go. And actually cut a section away. When that is done, since I will infuse, I have kept my vacuum intact, so all I need to do is insert the resin line. And this resin line will be quickly created as a small separate entity. I've installed a T-fitting inside a piece of flow medium, which I will wrap completely into peel ply. This is to prevent any sharp edges. Peel ply also will make it slide much easier into my bag. No fancy work necessary here, it's just for a small repair. The main thing is that I have something which is going to go inside my bag very smoothly and can be maneuvered around. Old rules still apply. I need to put a little bit of tape on the inside of the fitting, which will give me my inside bag seal. Very important also to leave the paper on so it doesn't get stick against the bag while I'm doing it. And all I have to do now is open up the bag, and again, don't disturb the bag more than necessary. We do not want to create extra problems. Slide the piece in. Like so. You notice that my fitting is nowhere near in this area. Why? I don't want it there. Because I want to keep a very easy to repair section, because I've got a big hole in my vacuum bag right now that I want to close up without too much trouble. I've taken off all the paper of the tapes and I lay carefully down my bag, seal it all around, make sure I have no wrinkles. When I have wrinkles, work them out. So now my bag is restored. I still have a little bit of a problem here, so what I will do is see if I can work some extra bag material around here. And also I may want to move this over a little further to cover this area. But you will see if I have a good vacuum, I shouldn't have any problems re-infusing this section. Outside, the line seal goes on now. And I have a piece of line ready. Of course I will pre-install my clamp. Clean out the infusion point. And install the feed line. So here I am. I have a vacuum point, and the moment I open the vacuum and my feed line is clamped off, I will very quickly restore my vacuum for this section. I can check for leaks. And I'm good to go. So all that's left to do now is catalyze some resin and re-infuse this section. Since this part was under vacuum for the whole time and I only interrupted the vacuum very briefly, I will not need much time to really recompress and get all the air out, so I can start this infusion almost right away. And here we go. I keep an eye on my little bit of resin here, because the last thing I want to do is run dry. But you can see how fast and easy this repair was done. And the repair is over. And you see that it's blending nicely everywhere. Even this little white stuff here will go away. This is just some glinting. But give it a couple of minutes and it will be totally gone. Big problem? Clearly not. Very simple repair to do. Just be meticulous. Make sure you have no leaks around this new insertion section. And you can insert new vacuum points the same way as you insert a new line. Don't disturb the bag more than you have to. And wait to do this repair until the part has completely gelled.